Everybody, what's up, everybody? We are back. I told you guys 10 minutes. It's been over a day. I got sidetracked with some stuff. We had to upload some other content to YouTube and take care of some other things. So, this is stage 7. It's called Too Quick for You. The start position was so you had to be saddled on a pretty much in the middle of the stage. You're saddled on a start position and you could go anywhere in the stage. Me personally, I had a mental lapse. This was my first mental lapse of the day. It wasn't so bad. To be honest with you, it didn't really. It did hurt me, but it didn't hurt me significantly where it killed my stage. Like as you can see, I still shot 77.31% on it. 17 alphas, 4 charlies, 1 delta. And so not so bad where I was like, all right, I'm back in the dumps, but I probably could have I probably could have shaved 6 seconds off of this. 4 at the minimum, 6 at the maximum, and then shot in the 80s easily, but my mental lapse. But watch the stage and then we'll break it down. I'm going to try to give you guys some more educational value out of these stages rather than just what me and G did and talk about what you should do and what you can do instead of what we did. So watch it.
If you're finished,
so as you can see, G had the more efficient stage plan, but got caught with not shooting a target again. I think G forgot the steel behind the barrel over here, so he got a mic and a procedural for that. But G stage plan was the stage plan that I wanted to follow, where you engage this target right here as soon as you're done. I had a mental lapse and I went straight to the window. I got sucked into the window, and you can see he's like 3 seconds faster than me. Actually, 3 seconds faster than me because of that. But I could have shaved a little bit more time off. I probably could have got about 4 or 5 seconds just from my array and how I transitioned the back. Now, I also had a mental lapse right here. I lost my dot because of the angle, but let's watch and for sector 1. So right off the bat, me and G had a different stage plan. Once again, G picked to go to the window, then slide to the right. I slid all the way to the right, then the window. Now, for me, why I did that is I took the more, even though G did have a faster time, I took the more efficient way to do the stage because I don't want to have to go somewhere twice and I don't want to have to lose momentum going into the spot. So if I'm coming to the window, there's more targets on the right. I could stop at the window like I did and then turn and shoot that target all the way to the left. Now, we did the stage differently. I understand that. But G could have been even faster had he come over to the far right side and then transitioned to the window. But we didn't do that. He still shot significantly well. He still had a really good time. So, although G did go to the window, he did shoot it efficiently where he got his gun pointed at the far right target. Now, for me, what I should have done was come into the corner and shoot the hardcover target and then backed out and shot this. That would have saved me probably, I don't know, maybe a second, maybe 3/4 of a second, if that. So we'll say at a maximum 1 second and a minimum of a half, because I would have been backpedaling all the way to the window to get my gun ready to shoot steel and paper right here. So, that, although that didn't really hurt me on the stage, it's something I could have been in more efficiently to shave time on. It had nothing to do with my shooting. That's just the mental aspect of it and the strategy part. So, guys, when you're coming into a corner like that, where if you could back out of the stage and shoot the paper while taking steps back, I wouldn't say always, but strategize your game to do that if the stage allows you to do it, because you will be shaving time. You're more efficient. You're getting somewhere while you're moving and shooting. So you're getting to the place you want to go without having to stop. And you're also getting points while doing it. So I should have taken that the hard cover, the tux, and then taken the paper, shoot the paper while stepping back to the window. I didn't do that. I engaged the paper first. Mind you, like I said, it's not that much difference in hit factor, but it makes a difference in overall time. Well, I still got the hits on it, so it doesn't really change your hit factor significantly, but will affect your time, which does affect your hit factor. So yes and no. Your hit factor won't change from your shooting. It'll just change from the time. So you see, I had to pull my gun back. This was a very small area. It was probably only maybe a person and a half width. So I had to pull my gun back in, as you could see. Like I had to reposition my gun. So I had to come into a compressed and then push back out. Whereas now G is now aiming at this, as soon as he's done engaging this target right here. And also that, I mean, he definitely could have did that too. From engaging the window to there, he definitely could have did that and then got closer to the other one just to get himself lined up to walk straight to the window, because the fastest way to get from A to B is a straight line. So granted, we didn't do that. We both did not do that. We both got suckered into shooting this target right here. But you'll see my mental lapse right here as I run straight to the window. Now, G engaged this left side paper. Going through the stage plan, I'm like, it's close to a 180. I was going to do it anyway, but I lost my mental lapse and I got sucked into the window. Now, I should have probably had my gun up sooner right here, even though I did reload. You could see the reload and then my gun's up. What I should have done was probably shot just ever so slightly earlier for the faster time, and then engage the hardcover back here again. But my stage plan kind of went to shit because I forgot to shoot this target right here, and now I have to like caddy corner over. But I also lost my dot here. So honestly, I probably could have shaved. I could have probably did this stage in like 20, even G probably could have shaved another like 2 seconds off his time. I don't know, probably 20 seconds. I left 6 seconds on the table, which is quite a lot. But I should have popped this and then got into position while still walking. I could have shot the top of the A zone as I was more available. But hard cover, and then I lost my dot on this. This was a very hard angle to do. Lost my dot right there. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me make up some time. Push over, engage this target. I think I had 2 Charlies on that. And then reload, and then G forgot to shoot the steel.
If you're finished.
And then for the popper or the activator target, when we activated this to start the stage, I knew that regardless, the stage required you to activate it. So if you're allowed to so it's not a completely disappearing target. So if you're ever on a stage where you see the activation of the target, which I think you have to show when you get to the stage, I think it's mandatory that you show the activation of the target and how long you have to do it. Now, this target wasn't fully disappearing, so I knew in my mind when I had to do it that I was just going to transverse this a whole entire array and then go back because it was moving slower. So you don't really want to initially engage in it. If you don't have to initially engage an activator or a swinger immediately, don't, because it will slow down and it'll be easier to shoot. So I knew right away that, all right, let me transverse this stage. And I think G did the same thing. I guess we're going to watch it together. But I transversed this whole thing and then went back because it was moving slower. And I just shot whatever was left in my mag at it just to get the best hits available. So G forgot the steal, comes to the window, pushes in, activator. Yeah, so G did the same thing I did. We both knew immediately. We're like, hey, this is not a fully disappearing target. If it does stop, or at least we have the head box. But me and him are both, pretty good shooters. Both confident in our ability to transverse this array of targets and then go back by, and still have time before it stops. If you don't, if you don't have confidence in your shooting, then yes, I would activate it and then go back if you're slower. So that is a possibility, but you're going to be sitting there waiting for the activation to fall down, for the activator to fall down, and then having to go engage. You're just going to be burning up time. But hey, you still want to get hits on paper, so I'd rather take the hits than the mics or not, not being able to shoot it at all. So G did the same thing and then just forgot to steal right there. I transversed this whole entire array, included my steal,
If you're finished,
and then went back and just put 4 on the activator. So, this was a very simple stage. This was one of my better stages without the mental lapse. The delta came on the activator, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, wait. I think my delta was on here on this was here. I came in a little too hot and dragged off the target because I wanted to engage the hardcover tux. So, I mean, the stage was pretty straightforward. As you can see, me and G both shot very similar. 17 alphas to 16 alphas. He had 6 Charlies. I had 4, one delta, but he shot he missed the steal, so they got a mic and a procedural, but that doesn't make sense. 17 alphas. Even if we did shoot, he has 2 more Charlies somewhere. He would have 5 Charlies if he had same 17 alphas. Oh no, wait. Yeah, because if he engages steal, then it's 17, but he still doesn't account for the 2 extra Charlies that he shot. Let me see something. Let me go back into practice score. Hold on, guys. Let me go in the back in the practice score and double check that I have the right information here. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Sorry guys. I had 18 alphas, 4 Charlies, 1 delta. That makes more sense. That would be equivalent to I'll be right. So, he has 2 more Charlies for 2 more alphas, and which makes sense. And he doesn't have an additional alpha for the steal target. So, that does make sense. I guess we gotta fix that. I can't even fix that because the video was edited with that in there. So, I had 18 alphas, 1 delta, 4 Charlies. He had 16. His is right actually. No, he doesn't have a delta. He actually doesn't have a delta. He has 16. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was looking at somebody else's line score, but this is hit factor, right? 23. Yeah. So everything's right. He actually doesn't have a delta shot. He has 16 alpha, 6 Charlie, 1 mic, 1 procedural for not engaging the steal. But yeah, that's just me making error while editing. So that does make sense. The hits make sense now. But this stage was pretty straightforward. It wasn't hard. I just had the mental lapse, and G forgot to shoot the target. So we both had mental lapses in our strategy or our stage plans. And to be honest with you, when you are stage planning, this is big because G was doing this all day. You need to make sure that you see every target that's on the stage. After G got done shooting, he said he didn't even know that the steal was there because he failed to walk through the entire stage. Please do yourself a favor and walk through the entire stage before you even shoot. Unless you're the first shooter, then you only have X amount of time. But every time you go to paster, make sure that you know where every single target is. Change up where you want to walk. Go while you're pastering and while people are pastering, just go through your head like, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, and just program yourself to stage plan. That's why shooting last. Like, usually on the first stage, I shoot last all the time. So, depending on how many people are in our squad, usually there's about 10 to 12. So, I'm getting a solid 10 times or 9 times walk through every time I shoot the stage. Now, everybody else doesn't have that until you get to the later stages. But, for me, my first stage or my first couple stages, I'm getting a ton of walkthroughs because I'm getting to I get to watch people do it. And two, when I go to, for work, for pastering and picking up steel, I'm also walking through the stage as I'm going to shoot it, and I just go to where I need to go. Usually, I just pick up steel. I don't really like pastering because we only have like 2 tape guns and a handful of paster rolls. So I usually just go pick up steel. But in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go here, here, and here. And even then, I still failed at doing it because while you're on the stage, it's just like the pressure's on not to fuck up your stage plan, not to do this, not to do that. You want to make sure you're doing everything right. And, sometimes it does go according to plan, but, this is one of the few mental lapses I had throughout the day. So this was stage 7. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully I'm giving you guys some educational values here, but we're going to go to stage 8. I think I do have stage 8, or I don't know. Will I give you stage 7 between Mark and Brendan, or I go to stage 8 between me and Giancarlo? You know what? I think I might just give you stage 8 between me and G. All right, I'll be right back.